How clean this is. My mom always used to say, a clean car, or a clean truck in this instance, drives better. I mean, it makes zero sense, but it's always stuck with me and I think of her whenever my vehicles are clean. It's also not sponsored. Ford, what are you doing? Don't you hate when you take your hat off and it was too tight? You've got that little red mark here. It's just, That's one of the things I've been thinking about with everyone staying at home, is everyone's hair is starting to look longer and more unkempt. I wonder how everyone's gonna look when we come out of this finally. Just the random things that go on in here when you're stuck inside. You know, I've been trying to think about different ways I can encourage and help you guys get through this time while you stay at home, using the creativity that you have inside, using the things that I've taught you, other things that you've learned, things that you already know, to keep those creative juices flowing, because I think that's what's important when you're kind of confined, when you're cooped up, when you have nowhere to go and you're being told to stay in one area. That's hard for the creative mind to process. You see, the creativity is just so massive and free and expansive when you're told to just contain that. It can do one of two things. One, it can spark a fire and you just start going through different creative exercises, things that are making you use that muscle. So you're turning tripods into lamps and you're coming up with different vlogs. You're trying to, basically squeeze every ounce of that creativity that you do have. But then there's the opposite where you just feel stuck and you're like, well, I don't know. I can't, how? So that's what I figured I would touch on today, is a little bit of the how and things that you might be able to do to just kind of not just pass the time, but thrive through the time while you're basically isolated. All right. Oh my goodness, that's heavy. I feel, and now this is me personally, these are the things that I do, this is how I cope with this changing light, with this situation as it unfolds and develops, and we're stuck here at home, and some of us are sick, some of us aren't, some of us are trying not to get sick, but what do we do with this time that we have? Because suddenly we're all here. One of the ways I've found that I've been able to process a lot of this very well and organized is I've been journaling every single day of this lockdown, of this pandemic. I know that sounds weird, but I have this journal that my friend Ryan made me. It says Fly the Flag on it, it's pretty cool. Inside, I have my notebook and a pen. Now, they're not in-depth entries. I'm not going down deep into my feelings. I pretty much keep it pretty light. Like, here's an example. Sunday, March 22nd, 1 degree Celsius, sunny, relatively good day. Put an extra link in my watch. Finished a vlog. Played with Play-Doh. Kids are happy, lots of FaceTime. Makes you grateful for the things you never used to be. It's important not to forget that. It's just a small micro way to remember how I was feeling that day, but it helps process things by putting them onto paper. So I keep 2 notebooks. I keep one that I've been journaling through this pandemic with, just to get out my thoughts and feelings on paper. And then the other, I've just been writing down ideas, things that inspire me, things that make me laugh. If you look through this notebook, it makes 0 sense, but they're just sparks that I'm trying to capture in a bottle. It's lightning in a bottle. And I'm trying to focus that energy to one place. Doing that lets me flip through that book, be inspired, figure out something that I can do with that to create art, because that is how I deal. That's how I work. This is to process what's inside, the feelings that are inside, the thoughts that I have that aren't necessarily related to art, but help me as a person and help me feel better about the world as a whole. So I recommend that. Maybe keep 2 journals, one for creativity, one for your soul. That's the first step of advice. By the way, how comfortable does that thing look? Yeah. This is probably one of my favorite things. You just want to hug it. It feels good. It feels good. All right, thing number 2 would be coming up with a routine. It's important to have structure. It's important to have tasks, things to do, things to follow through with. That helps here. It helps your mind, it helps you stay sane. That could be working out, it could be eating breakfast and waking up at the same time every single day. It could be write in your journal, make coffee, work out. Wake up, work out. Wake up, take one photo of something in the house that inspires you in the moment you try to come up with an idea. That's your routine every single day, and you're taking one photo a day. I don't know what it is. I'm just going off the top of my head here, but I know that having routine and structure in place in your life during times like this when you're trapped, when you're isolated to one space, that's gonna help you. There'll be things that you eventually look forward to doing and depend on. That's why they're put in place. All right, Kirk's coming to do a footage drop. There he is. Keeping our distance.
He's just standing there with a camera, mocking me because I can't come in. Cut!
Right, there he is. Hi. That's my. Put it on the truck. I miss you. There's my memory card.
Guess I'll wait here for an hour until he finishes recording.
Got the memory card. I can now make a video. We only have one for the C500. And Amazon just turned all their non-essential goods basically to over a month shipping. So this is the only card I have, which means it's gotta go back and forth between the two of us. Which is also important to say, intense hand washing and sanitization needs to happen before both of us touch this card.
Pete! Peter! Pete! 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 Let me in. I'm clean, I promise.
Now, obviously for me, one of those routines that I like to do every single morning is coffee, is making coffee. I've even told people before when they ask, like, isn't that kind of obnoxious having to do that every single day? And I say it's more of the act of doing it than actually drinking the coffee itself. It's the ritual of doing it. It's what I've basically ingrained into my every single day routine. That's the part I enjoy, is the process. And I think having those processes every single day, especially in times like this, are the very things that help you stay sane. Also, I mean, it's coffee, like, it's just fantastic.
I'm not infected. Please. Peter. Pete. How long will you take? Yo. How much longer?
What am I feeling right now? Oh, I mean, it's good. It's really good. It's really good. And I'm just, like, I'm psyched. I really like it. I would say the last tip that I have that's been helping me a little bit, yelling at the camera from a million miles away. Let's bring this up a little bit. I think one of the last tips that I would have for you that's super important is stay in touch. More than ever now in the world, we have the technology to talk and interact with people from around the globe, which is so incredible and so important in a time like this. Call your friends, call your parents, call your colleagues, talk to your neighbor, talk to people through this technology with your computer, on Skype, on FaceTime, on the phone, texts, whatever you have to do. Don't just bear it all on your own. Talk to the people around you, have that support network, have those people with the like-minded interests. That will really make a difference. anyone else's phone batteries dying like 50% faster because of all the FaceTime you've been doing lately? Because right here, mine certainly has. What's up, man?
You're at the office.
Yep, I came.
I wish I was there with you. Well, 6 feet apart, but I wish I was there.
I wish you were here too. What are you up to today?
It's a good day, man. Just chugging along.
Yeah.
Staying positive. Calling a bunch of friends and family.
So when this whole pandemic broke out and everything happened, I had already told Kirk to go home and stay from home. So we weren't actually able to kind of set anything up or grab files or come back and grab the things that he needs. So he's actually at home with none of the archives. And we have terabytes and terabytes of our footage backed up onto these Drobo drives, but we want to move them over to a Synology RAID, which I have in my truck. So I think I need to unplug all the stuff from his setup, bring it outside, put it on my truck with the new Synology so that he can grab it, take it home, set it up, and just kind of make camp there, because we don't know how long we're gonna be like this, and he can't be without everything he needs. You can imagine having all of your hard drive, all of your files somewhere else that you can't access while you're stuck at home. And since it's just me coming into this space and no one else, I can still probably get him these files safely. That's the plan. But first, I gotta figure out how he's got all of these. Ugh. Gotta make a video on this bad boy too. What do we got here? Kirk, this is gonna take you hours to put back together nicely. You did a great job though. Like, you really did a good job. These are so heavy.
This. Got the card, putting it back on my truck.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh. Oh, finally. Ah.
1, 2, 3. There's your Synology drive, Kirk. All right.
All right, all this stuff is outside for Kirk. He's on his own now. I'm going back in to wash my hands, get ready to go home.
Sorry, man.
I love chips.
Hello.
Dad, can I say how fast I can run?
And this one? Do you have the key?
Yeah. Look. Look. Look, Dad.
Oh, did you find these?
Uh-huh.
Where did you find them?
In the park and from high trees. Daddy, I found more.
How many did you find outside?
I found 6 today.
You found 6?
Uh-huh.
That's a good one. Which one's your favorite?
All of them.
All of them? Okay,
Yeah.
put them back in and close it up.
Okay.
Close it up, Jack. Oh. Okay.
Ba. Ba.
Oh, one more. Good.